Hello, I'm Johnny and welcome back to my channel. So, I'm having so much fun. Designed me robot monster that I want to make, and I'm just trying to position the body. I want it to look like it's on the outside it'll look like really mean and not scared of anything, but I want it to be like a soft robot, sensitive. So in me design I done, it was like creeping and sort of looking round a corner, a bit anxious what it might see at the corner. So I thought, because it doesn't got a face, I'd try and do that in the position of the body, and I don't know if I've succeeded. So it's got four legs, and I've sort of put it like on a slant, as if, just say this is a corner here. I don't know if I'm describing myself correctly. Not myself, describing the scenario. So just imagine that's a corner, and the robot's like walking up here, and he's sort of looking around the corner. So I thought the only way I could achieve that is by slanting the body. And I don't know if it's slanted enough. I mean, I can see inside the skeleton of it is at a slant. But I don't know. I've looked at it from every angle. And I've got to make a decision now because I'm going to reinforce its legs. And then I won't be able to adjust its position. But just imagine this is a creature. It's walking up and then looking around a corner so his body will be slanted. Oh, I think I'll just stick with that anyway. So I just thought I'd show you this bit and just a little bit of babble. So then I'll strengthen his body up or hair. I haven't quite decided. The gender, maybe non-binary. Cost is a robot, but I don't want to keep on saying it. We'll decide when I name it, him, her. Right, so I will get cracking on with that. Oh dear. Don't try this at home, kids. My God, you should see what I've done. Terrible. I should have wore gloves. Always wear gloves. I should have wore those gardening glove things, but they're so chunky on your hands. I like to feel stuff when I'm putting it together. So this was the first mishap. I've got, it looks like elephant skin. I super glued my 2 fingers to my shorts. And it was starting to hurt, so I had to scrub it in the sink and still can't get it off. And then I tried to, what's this? This disinfectant spray top lid. I quite liked the top. It looked like an alien's head, so I tried to dismantle it without wearing protection. But it was only a butter knife and it sliced straight through my thumb. So, also, I forgot to put me mat down. Me, what's it called? Those where you slice it with a knife and a self-healing mat. Forgot to put that down. So I glued this to the table. And then when I removed that, I put some this down and glued it to that. So, but I'm quite pleased with it so far. I've got it into that slanty position I wanted to, and reinforced the legs. And when I was reinforcing the legs, I thought, oh crap, I haven't put any feet on him. So this bracelet that I bought yesterday from the charity shop, these go on the end of beads. I don't know what they call them. Bead ends. Anyway, I thought they would look good as feet. Just go in a bit. There. So, now I can get on to something else. I was thinking that I'll put this. It's a lid of a pillbox, I don't know. And I thought this for the head. But I mean, it would go, but that's just like an easy solution, isn't it? I was wanting to think outside the box for the head. And I was thinking maybe some arms here as well. Don't know. Like little, because he's walking on his legs. But a robot would need some arms, wouldn't he? Like to grab things, grab bits of junk laying around the junkyard so he could shove it on his body to repair himself. So, yes, I am going to think on this. Well, I'm having so much fun, but I'm just getting this super glue all over the place. I've been watching a YouTube channel, Bill making stuff. Really interesting, loads of good tips. I'll put his links down below and you can watch his videos. Absolutely brilliant. He suggests using baking powder after you put the super glue on, and it solidifies it, makes it much more durable than it would be without. What I found doing this bit here, as you can see, spillage. So I put one of these caps on. They're from those plug-in scents, and this digger part from this little toy here, Pua toy, I've cut the back and the front off. So when I was putting the glue on, it was just, like as you can see, sliding all over the place. So what I did was added the bicarbonate of soda first and then put the glue on, and it just soaked into the bicarb instead of dripping all over the place. I wish I'd have discovered that sooner before I start gluing my fingers together, and still can't get that off. So that's his little tail digger. Very handy for him. I suppose he can scoop oil up and flick it onto his back, or I don't know, give somebody a little ride in it. So I will get cracking. So what I'm doing here is using this polyester soft toy filling to shove it inside this its body, and then the limbs are more secure. And also because I want to, I've cut this tail of the T-Rex, and he's changed a lot since me design, but I just want to try this. It looks fun, and I want to put, I didn't want to put it down like that way, it'd be like an anteater. So I want to put it up this way, and I put some foil in the tail because it was hollow, and I want to put some foil in its the neck bit here. But if I'd have just done that without this polyester filling, it wouldn't have been secure. I would have tried gluing it round here, but it might have just fell out into the body. So I thought if I put some of this filling in, there'll be more resistance for the tin foil. And also I intend to put wires and things out of the body, so there'll be more resistance for that when I'm drilling holes into the body and inserting wires and gluing it instead of just one hollow body. So still unsure about this, but I'll stare at it a bit more and maybe things will come together, because it is like it's a nose and a neck. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do from here. What I intend to do here is I've put the tin foil into the neck joint and the tin foil into this tail. So I've got some really strong wire, so I'm gonna make a hole in here and I'll pack that up a bit more, make a hole in there, so it's like a a neck bone, a spine, whatever. And then the two, and then I will glue all around here, and glue over there, and glue on there, and then it'll be more secure. Well, that worked, but what a fiddle on it was attaching the T-Rex tail to that. It's not seamless, so what I'm gonna have to do is either put epoxy, 2 parts epoxy resin over the tail and this bit to make it look seamless, and to make it stronger. But it is pretty strong, and I just added this up here like an antennae thing. I don't know if that'll stay. So what I'm going to do now is just put it in the cupboard and forget about it for 2 days while I'm at work tomorrow, and put everything away and go in the bath and try and get this glue off my hands. So it's not going to be a separate video, I'll just squish it onto this one. But he's taken shape. The really fun bit, I'll be adding all the plating onto him, and got to reinforce his legs some more and add detail and stuff on, but I am liking the way he's turning out. Yes. So I'm more prepared today, but it's very, very warm. I've got all the windows open, so with a bit of luck I won't pass out. But I just thought I'd show you this and how to get some of these really nice wires for your piece that you're going to make. So this is just a lead from like a kettle or something. I've got a... where is it? Oh, well, I can't find it. I'm surrounded in a pile of junk, but just like a kettle lead. So what I did was use these just to gently snip around there, because I don't want it going right through the tube, because until I take this off, I'm just gonna got to put it between my knees to pull this off, because my hand's not so strong. There. So when you remove this, then you get this, it's like a load of wires, it's like plaited around. So then I am going to cut this now. There, can you see, just like a load of wires. And then there, look, if you push it down, you can see it's like plaited tubing. And then there's this like plasticky stuff inside, so you just pull that out, this plasticky paper, and then you try and unravel it. There's like a piece of copper wire. I don't know if that's is it to earth it? I'm not sure. And then you try, yes, you just unwrap it like a sweet, and then you've got some lovely wires inside. There, like so. But I mean, I've used this before on another project, so I'll just keep everything, because you never know when it's going to be quite useful. So what I intend to do with this wire, I'm going to bulk the legs up more, and then I'm going to put some of this wire around for like, so it's part of the robot. And this bit here, when I reinforce it, I want to try and wrap wires around here. But I want it like to, you know, like stick out a bit like this, so it's like almost like a mane. But whether or not, because it's very fiddly and I haven't got much grip in me hand, so I'll try and do something like that. But I bought me, I'll show you this, it was only about £4.99. It's that foam. I couldn't find me foam, so I bought some from Amazon. And I mean, it's all different colours, handy for kids, but I'll be spraying it with grey primer anyway, so it doesn't matter what colour it is. And what I want to do with these is, where's my texture? I've got loads of texture things. But I could like heat it up with heat gun and then press these in it and make some nice patterns. I mean, I don't know if I'll be using these, but I have got some other texture things I could use because I wanted to have like, you know, like a worn robot-y effect. So yes, I'll see where I get up to next. So what I'm doing now is I'm cutting bits of this wooden dowel for these little bits because I aim to stick them on the legs. But just a little tip for you when you're cutting these. When I first started cutting them, the bits were just flying all over my kitchen, so I just put it inside a bag, put the scissors inside the bag, then cut it, and they were just coming away in the bag. Because I must have lost a million pieces all over the kitchen. Ziggy had fun playing with them. So this is where I'm up to at the minute. Absolute nightmare sticking these things on. They were getting stuck to my fingers. Anyway, I've decided just to put 3 of them on for a bit of interest when I wrap the wire around. When I was in the charity shop the other day, there was this thing. I think it's of a kid's toy. And I'm going to attach it up here somewhere because I think it'll look very good. At least you'll have some arms to pick things up. Still don't know what to do here. Don't know whether to put a head on there or... And this is one of those little wooden pieces from a box that I got from the works. I thought I might attach that to there. It'll be like a propeller or something. I haven't got a clue. So I've just been staring at him for half an hour just to see where to go from there. Oh, I also added the tubing from the kettle wire. I put some wire inside it so it was much easier to bend around this and glued it in place. I just wanted it to look like some piping. So I'll see where I go from here. Well, I've just been sitting here staring at it because I just, those things that were put on the legs that were absolute murder, well, they had to wrap the wire around as well, so I've took a few off because they just didn't look right. So I put the robotic arms, stuck them on, and I added some of these little, where are they at? These little mushroom things. I've cut the wires off. I haven't stuck them on yet because I'm not sure about them yet. Because they look like eyes, don't they? So I might stick them on. Because I don't want it to look like a mean robot creature thing. I want it to look friendly, bit timid, funny looking. So the mushrooms will do that. Still unsure what to do about the head, but I will stay a bit more. So, I'm in 2 minds whether to put this on. This is from the, I think it was a DVD remote control. I quite like the texture of it and the novelty bits of the buttons. So, I was thinking of gluing it onto its back, like so. And it would remind me of something like a anteater or something like that. But their plates aren't there, but I mean it is bumpy. But I don't know if it'll actually stick on there. I mean, it is flexible. But I just quite like that. I mean, it looks odd now because the numbers now are on it. But once it's all painted, it might look cool. I don't know. So, I'll just have to make my mind up. Well, finally got this stuck down. This controller pad thing. Took me an absolute age to do. It stuck down fine on this side, but it just would not stick at all this side. So the only way I could get it stuck was by using bicarbonate of soda mixed with the super glue, and then it stuck like concrete. But there's that raw edge, so I'm going to cover it with some tubing. Maybe have some wire sticking out the bottom as if it's a faulty wire or something like that. And all my fingers stuck together as well. Oh, they look like elephant skin. So I am going to take a break now. My fingers are all stuck up with glue. I still have to strengthen the legs, and I don't know where else I'm going to add to them. I've covered that mistake up with this pipe, and I've put, don't know what these are called, dongles, wongles or whatever. Put one of these inside the black kettle tube, but I don't know if I like it. It's like hanging out like this. I'll probably cut that off. It looks a bit messy, and I'm gonna go and do some sketches. I just don't know where to go from here. But this is where I'm up to now. I'm gonna go and kill some zombies on the Xbox. Well, I've got one leg left to strengthen. I used, where is it? A bit awkward at the minute. I used the florist wire to wrap it round the armature. Then I stuck those little wooden things on, but they're absolute torment to put on. So I've only added one on, so it looks like it's been damaged during a fight or something, I don't know. And then I got the kettle wire and I put some thin wire in it so I could twist it around the legs to strengthen it. Then I went over it again in florist wire so it looks like there's a load of tube and that on its legs. So for the nose I decided to go with this propeller looking thing. I glued several pieces on themselves, then slid it over the nose, and then added one of these wall plug things, so it looks like it's got a drill bit, a drill on the end of its nose. Even if it is a nose, it might be a neck yet, I don't know. But what I plan to do next is these googly eyes. I'm going to stick loads all over here. And I might put some of these plastic things stuck on them. So yes, I will get cracking. So I ran into problems gluing the eye onto the dinosaur tail because I think where it is, the dinosaur tail is very smooth. So what I've done is put a thin layer of super glue on and then sprinkle the bicarbonate of soda over the top, and then the eye's taken a grip to it, so that's a relief because I thought I was going to have to leave the tail plain, but I don't want to. I want it to have all these like little googly eyes. I mean, might not even turn out to be eyes. I might just paint them and I don't know, have them as just like texture. I'm not sure yet. Oh wow, I think I'm going a bit too far now, but I'm just having so much fun. So I found this, is it holly leaf? That goes on a Christmas cake. And I thought, I found these as well, that goes, you shove candles in, don't you, to put on birthday cakes. So what I'm gonna do is, do I need to go out a bit? Yeah, what I'm gonna do is, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'll show you here with this other one. I'm going to glue this on the end of here. That looks so funny. Yeah, I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to put this cap. You put them on car tires to stop the air from going out of them. I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to glue them on here. So it's like some form of propeller. A prickly propeller. I put some texture on. I put some super glue on and then bicarb over the top because it was just too smooth and shiny. And I don't know if the primer will grip to that, but the texture looks okay. So that's what I'm going to do. It's been absolute murder putting those googly eyes on here. I have put the texture on, but I'm going to use these now instead of the googly eyes. Where are these things? They stick much better. So I will carry on. Someone help, stop me. I think I'm going too far. But I am having so much fun. So yes, that took quite well. I think with the plastic being smooth, when I first stuck it on, it wasn't going anywhere, so I put some of this in it. Thank you, Bill Make Stuff, for the tips. Really useful, that is, because if I hadn't watched his channel, I would never have been able to do half of this, because I just wouldn't have understood why the glue wasn't gripping to the plastic. But there's like plastic like this, I mean, I don't know the ingredients of plastic, but I tried to stick this on and it just wasn't going anywhere. It was just slipping and sliding, so I think I'd have to put some of that bicarb on it for that to stick. I wanted to put this at the back where this is. I was going to put it there, something like that, or further down, so it looks more like it's part, because I don't think this, I mean, it is, I do like it, but I don't think it looks as if it's like properly fitted to the robot, whereas if I add this, it'll look more like it's been actually built onto the robot. So I think I'll have to experiment with that. I've been sticking random bits of lids on the side, so they're like pipes and tubes hanging out. I've made a hole in this one. That was of a detergent, the end of a detergent. What I'm going to do when I complete him and paint him, I'm going to get that lovely different coloured wires, and I'm going to glue them sticking out, because I don't want to spray them with a primer. I just want them to look natural and out of here as well. I should have really, no, but if I make a hole in there, it's going to be too much hanging out. Still need to strengthen that leg, but I'm just having so much fun doing the other bits, so I will carry on. But it's just that I want to put some wire and stuff over his body, but I'm already getting stuck up with glue. Every time I'm trying to stick something on, the glue's sticking to my finger and it's just pulling off again. And I mean, you're supposed to wear gloves with the glue, but I'm thinking if I do wear the gloves and I'm pulling my hand away, it's only going to pull bits of the glove away, so right, so I will continue. Oh, and I thought I'd just mention this. These little cases that those little flowery things come in, these. Now I thought they would have came with, do you know, like a little plastic lid or something, so you could keep them in. Well, unless you're going to lay them flat, they're not going to store very well, so I've just put them into another container. But what I'm thinking I could use this for is a base, because I've been watching Bill Make Stuff's videos and he uses coasters and things. Well, I haven't got any coasters. Next time I go to the charity shop, I'll have a look. And this, I already had this because I was going to do a clay sculpture and use this. So I've got a few of these and some small round ones. So, I mean, use them up. But yeah, I think this will make quite a nice stand. It's sturdy enough, even though it's only thin wood, but these paneling bits make them sturdy. And I could always put felt over it, because you don't want it to, if you're going to display it, you don't want it to scratch your surfaces, do you? So I just thought that was handy to know. Well, I've stuck a few more sequins, whatever they call them, lumps, plastic lumps on the neck or the nose. I don't know what it is yet. I'm just cutting strips of Evo foam up to put some plating on his body, but I don't want it to be too bulky because he's already got a bulky body. I'm not going to add anything more to the legs because I like the way they are and I don't want them to be too clunky either. Just added some bead things on there, bit of wire on there, and those things that you shove into birthday cakes. I did manage to get that attached by putting the I put the glue on, then I sprinkled some bicarbonate on to make it rock solid, and it is, so that was good. Yes, so I will continue with that because I don't think you want to watch me putting these on because that would be very boring. I've stuck most of these plate things on, and this is the most boring part. What I've been doing, the end of these tweezers, I've been using them to press it down when I put the glue on, but also to leave a mark, like texture mark, as if it is metal, but I don't know if you can see. Getting closer. No. Well, that's what I've been doing anyway, scuffing it a bit so it doesn't look all plain and boring. So that's that. So I am going to call him done now, because I think with these projects you can go a little bit too far, and I put all these plates on and I was looking at him and I thought, oh, he needs a bit more beads up here and that, but I think that will be just too much. I've came up with a name for him, Ziglet. That's my partner's nickname for, oh god, pause that, what a noise out there. How inconsiderate the workmen start messing around with the tools when I'm starting to talk on my video. So what was I saying? Yes, Andrew's nickname for Ziggy is Ziglet. So I'm going to call him Ziglet. And I have got a story for him, but when I've completed him, I'll tell you that. I haven't put much plate, and I don't know if you can see, under his belly, because it's very awkward for me, and it will be very awkward for him, because he hasn't got a buddy to help repair him. He does it all himself. So with that long nose thing, he'll just pick bits of metal up and fling it onto his belly, hoping it'll stick. That's pretty much what I was doing. So yes, I am very pleased with him, and he's nimble enough to run away with those little skinny legs. What inspired me was me Dali book, you know, those elephants with the long skinny legs, and that's where I sort of got the idea from, for the skinny legs and the body, but like an elephant. A peculiar, oh, now there's a bloody big blue bottle flying around. Gross. Where's a spider when you need one? Right, so look, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't even know what I was saying. So what I'm going to do is get the makeup brush out and dust them down to get rid of any powder and stuff. And then I'm going to take him outside and spray him with that, what's it called? I'll just go and get it. There. This stuff. Quick Dry and Primer Matte Finish. For use with mid-dark coloured top coats. So I'll have to read the instructions to see how many sprays, but I'll have to tip him upside down to put it on his belly and all those crevices. And I don't even know if it'll go on like rubbery plastic like that, but it's just an experiment. So that's what I'll do next. Make sure I put gloves on and my gas mask on. And then when that is done, I'll shove it on to the end of this video And the painting, which is my dreaded part because I can't paint very well, I will do that in a separate video. That's that. I'm attempting to make some, what would you call this? Rocks terrain for the base. So I've used some of this placemat thing. Oh, it's still got tea stains on. Well, I'm using some of that, breaking it up, which is very difficult, and I thought the majority of it was going to be cork, but it isn't. It's like cardboard, and then with a thin layer of cork stuck over it, so it's a cheap placemat, but it's still working. But I couldn't, I tried to glue it down with this tacky glue, and it just would not take, so I am using this industrial strength grade super glue. This was only cheap, about £2, and it seems to be working. So when I finish this and it's all dry, then I'm gonna prime the whole thing and then start adding a bit of colour. So I think that's it with the base. I've just stuck some of those bits of cork and cardboard along it. Then I put some Evafoam on to resemble plates that either has dropped off him or he's storing them to stick on his body later. And just a few more accessories and wires. I'm trying not to hide his feet not to hide his feet, because I quite like them, they're decorative. So what I'm going to do is put the primer all over him and the base, then I can start painting it, and I want to put some little bits of gravel and tufts of grass, because I must have green, and flowers or whatever in the cracks. I mean, he's not on an industrial estate, but I'm thinking that he's in a forest or a grassy area and there's just a load of junk. Yes, so that's what I am going to do now. So this is what Ziglet looks like now. I applied 3 to 4 coats of primer and left him for, I think it was 18 hours. You're supposed to leave for 24, but 18 hours I left it for overnight. It's dry, it's not tacky, but I don't think I'll be doing the painting today. I think what I'll be doing today is mixing paints in a palette and trying to get the correct colours I want. I got some sand for the texture. I didn't get like big gritty bits because I just wanted to have a slight texture over the rocks or metal wherever they are, and I want to add some grass and some flowers and things because I need to add green in anything I create. So do I need to go in a bit? I think he's turned out pretty well. I mean, for my first attempt, I'm very pleased with it. Well, I've shocked myself again because I didn't think I could do something like this. And I will be doing it again in the future. And once again, thank you, Annie Claxton, for the Ooh Air box. Just amazing. This is the best box so far that I have received. I mean, I can utilise this in me other projects like me doll making and anything really that I do. So I will be collecting loads more junk. I have got one of those, you know, the tabletop turner things. So I could have put him on, but it goes really, really slow. So, and then I'd have to figure out how to fast forward it because I still haven't figured that out yet. Crazy. Yes. So I did manage to cover the majority. There's a few things that I've missed, like a little bit of yellow here, but that doesn't really matter because aged metal is all different colours, isn't it? So it could be due to that. But the can has run out now. It was I don't know what the measurements of it was in it. It was just like an average size can. 3 to 4 quarts, that's all it lasted. So hopefully I'll be able to get that pretty cheap in the future. Because I think Annie paid, well, I don't know how much she paid, but she told me she went above the £10 limit for the box. So I assume it was on that primer. Because the majority was like a load of trash that she put in the box, which was very useful, but I had loads of trash. For another project I've got in mind, I need a sci-fi gun, so I'm going to have to look on eBay, at the kids' toys. Sci-fi gun. Because I don't think that I will be able to create something like that. Right, so have I decided on whether that is a neck or a nose? Now, I really love these mushroom bits as eyes, so I'm going to have these as eyes. So this will be its snout or its nose, and these things here are sensors. So to alert it to danger, and so it can sniff out oil and metal. And this on the back, it can scoop the oil up and flick it on its back to lubricate its joints. But I have got a story for him in mind, so when I've completed him and everything, don't worry, it's not long. I'll complete the painting, and then at the end of the video I will tell you the story of him. So enough babbling on, I am going to relax because my arm is killing me, so I'm gonna rest that some more. I'm sick of all this resting. Resting is just, it's really tiring. I know that sounds crazy, but it is, and boring. I'll read some books and magazines, and I love looking on Pinterest for some colour ideas for metal. Yeah, so that is that. I really did enjoy this build, and the second part, I'm going to put the video as a second part to this. It'll be the painting, which I am absolutely dreading because I'm not very good at painting, but I'm sure I'll get there and learn loads of things. So thank you for watching. Johnny signing out. See you, bye.